What's up guys, so Oppo Find X2 series has been officially unveiled and Oppo introduced two of the new smartphones, Oppo Find X2 and Oppo Find X2 Pro. And at the event we also heard that phones will be officially start to ship in early May. That's literally 2.5 months far from now, and I don't know what's the reason behind it. Maybe the coronavirus or something else. In this video I am going to tell you all of the features Oppo Find X series is packing. Actually, I will be telling you just about Pro variant because non-Pro variant has difference in just cameras. So let's start with display. Find X2 series is covering a 6.7 inches larger display with maximum of 3168 by 1440 resolution, and this is an OLED display with noticeable curved edges that makes this display more realistic and cool. And Oppo is naming this display Ultra Vision display because it is also having HDR10 plus support, same as of Galaxy S20 series, and also we have 120Hz refresh rate display, but it is a real 120Hz display. We are not just limited to HD resolution while using 120Hz display feature, just like as of S20 Ultra, which is unable to use 120Hz mode on Quad HD Plus resolution, but we can enable Quad HD Plus resolution with 120Hz feature on Oppo Find X2 series. This is true color display, and HDR10 plus support obviously makes the colors on screen pop up and provides the best cinematic viewing experience to the users, and bezels are also really thin, same as of Oppo Find X. That was the first smartphone to have pop-up mechanism in camera side, but this time Oppo went through punch hole design. So talking about cameras, then this is the main thing that matters in Oppo's Find X series. Oppo Find X2 Pro has a 48 megapixel main camera, but it's not that same IMX586 sensor you have seen all over Android phones for the past year. Oppo worked with Sony on a new part called IMX689. The sensor is much bigger at 1 by 1.43 inches, which means that the pixels are 1.12 microns in size. That's still smaller than 1.4 micron pixels you tend to find on more conventional 12 megapixel sensors, but this should be an upgrade in terms of light gathering ability. Following last year's Reno 10x zoom, Oppo is including a second generation periscope telephoto camera lens in the Find X2 Pro. It's a 13 megapixel module with an aperture of f3. Optically, it still only offers 5x the reach of primary camera, but Oppo is claiming 10x hybrid zoom and up to 60x digital zoom. Compare that to Galaxy S20 Ultra, where the 100x space zoom camera is actually just a 4x telephoto, one in front of 48 megapixel sensor with greater cropping potential. Finally, there actually is an IMX586 sensor in this phone after all. It's just that Oppo is using it for ultra-wide camera lens. That means the ultra-wide has a half-inch sensor with f2.2 aperture and 120-degree field of view. Oppo also says it can focus down to 3 cm in macro mode. That's just amazing. The selfie camera meanwhile has a 32 megapixel sensor, and it is a punch hole design, as I've already talked about it. The Find X2's regular specs are as high-end as anything on the market. There is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 processor with X55 5G support, 12GB of RAM, 512 gigs of internal storage for Oppo Find X2 Pro, and 256 gigs of internal for Oppo Find X2. And stereo speakers, the haptics are very good. The phone runs on ColorOS 7.1 based on Android 10. The battery is 4260 mAh for Oppo Find X2 Pro, while in Oppo Find X2 we see 4200 mAh of battery, and supports Oppo's Super Vogue 2.0 fast charging, which in this case is said to provide a full charge up to 100% in just 38 minutes. There is still no wireless charging, unfortunately. Oppo is also releasing a non-pro version of the Find X2. The main difference is in the camera system, which uses a less exotic telephoto camera and a different ultra-wide sensor with a 16:9 aspect ratio and 12 megapixel resolution, both of which are supposed to make it better option for video. Beyond the 4200 mAh of battery, 256 gigs of internal storage, slightly thinner and lighter build, and the fact that you can't get it in orange vegan leather, the specs are otherwise same. And this is what Oppo Find X2 series is packing up this year. I personally like this curved display and display colors and tones, also the 10x zoom and 120Hz display with QHD plus resolution. And that's all for today. Hope you really enjoyed this video, and guys, if you love what I'm doing, then kindly support me by hitting the subscribe button and also like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.